Hey, hey. Hi, guys. All right, so Geminis, welcome back. Geminis, this is your second video of the week. It's coming out here on Sunday just because my week got busy. But please know, usually I always put out two for each zodiac sign. And so you can find your readings if you look on my channel under playlists. You'll find the Gemini playlist. And so you will always find your usually two readings each week. So basically, I put one out for you once every 3 to 4 days, depending on how the week flows. All right, Geminis. This storyline begins with honestly a lot of how do I want to say it? Somebody's upset with themselves. Okay. This is, the birch branch. This is somebody who's smacking themselves on the back, like punishing themselves. And it may be because they're kicking themselves because they see the woman moving on to a great deal of success. And they also know that that's where their greatest interest is. We see the star. They see her like a star. They see her as this incredible individual. They see her as someone who is really doing well. She's, with the position that she's in, the powerful energy that she sits here with, she's well dressed, she's well put together. We can see that someone watches her through this telescope too. This is like someone who stares out at the night sky, and we can see one star is brighter than all the others, right? But someone's eye is trained on her. Now, she may be at a distance from them. They may have significantly had distance put between themselves and her. They really lost her. She's out there in the galaxy and feels a little untouchable at this point. Yet when they look through the telescope, they can see her like blazing in all of her glory, right? They can see how gorgeous she is. So this is somebody who maybe sees somebody from not in real life, but more like on social media, right? So they can see her just as beautiful as she is, but there's a remoteness, there's a distance here. And that's the thing somebody's kicking themselves for. Now, even though I say the woman, please know it does not have to be a feminine. By the way, that is card number 29 for the woman. And so, I don't know, that could be a date that's insignificant or an age. But I don't know, that one stands out to me. Let's get one clarifier for each of these. Oof. Wow, we are not having any lightened energy. So now with the card of self-recrimination here with the birch branch, we have the mice, and the mice represent anxiety, like nibbling away at somebody's mind. Somebody's very stressed out over the remoteness, over the distance, over the fact that they see the woman as a star and they see her as untouchable. Also, stars are, they're way the heck out there. Wow, we have the star and then we have the sun. No wonder they're so stressed out, because they may be seeing her doing really, really well. They may see her traveling the world to exotic places. They may see her living this really happy life. The sun card is one of the happiest cards no matter what. The sun card also, this is card number 31, but 6 is also considered a solar number. So I just thought I would mention that. But and there's no 6 here. I'm just mentioning that as a side note. But we can see that there's again, we see that she's gone someplace far away and she's thrilled. Her journey has taken her. She's living in the light. They're kind of living in the shadowy side also, because they view her at night. I just did a Libra reading and this card came out also. It's almost like if they watch her, they may watch her at night. They check social media, something along those lines, and they see her, again, remote in the distance. And what they see when they turn on her social media is she's living her life in the sun. She is radiant. She is taking action in her life. She's rocking it, and she's really, really happy. But she may also be constantly traveling further away, or maybe she's literally traveling somewhere around the world, possibly Egypt. Let's take a look. Ooh, there we go. Under the woman, ooh, we have a fox. So here's the thing. The fox is sly energy. This is oftentimes, we can see that fox in two different ways. Yes, it can represent coyness, intrigue. It can represent somebody who's not on the up and up. However, foxes they don't have a good reputation because, they'll slip into the farmer's hen house and grab their hens. So farmers don't like foxes, right? But if we flip that over, we go, well, the fox has to eat too, right? However, usually the fox you notice how they're getting a drink of water, but they can see their own reflection. It's as if someone either sees that there is a common trait. So bear with me on this. Don't start getting angry at me. These are fictional stories about fictional people. But our character who is so bummed out that they lost her, they may also be watching her with like a, hurt, and like they miss her and they want her, but they may also say, she wasn't always 100% with me either. So there's a little bit of like, well, I didn't fully trust her, or she's a little bit like me because we were mirrored here in kind of sly behavior. That may or may not be true because she looks pretty well put together, but it's like someone is viewing her and saying, well, not everything that she's saying about herself is 100% true. She wants people to see her in a certain light. Social media, come on, like I have makeup on right now, right? That's me putting on a fake face right now. Is this mostly what I look like? Yeah. But, if I really rubbed off my eye makeup, my eyes aren't very noticeable. So it's like, that's an enhancement, right? So there is something coy, there is something a little sly, but this person might be like trying because they're unhappy. They're watching her rock her world. It's almost like somebody is trying to find something that they can say, no, she's probably not really that happy. And she's wanting me to think that she's that happy, but she's, not everything is as perfect as it seems. Well, nobody's life is as perfect. Nobody is, like they don't wake up with makeup on, right? So there's some of that. But now I have to read this one other way also, because this is right after the sun. If we read it left to right instead of top to bottom, we have them being really stressed out that she's so happy, and they are feeling like they're going to have to keep slinking around and slyly, watching her even to have any piece of her in their life. And they might also be looking at themselves going, I have not been on the up and up. I'm stressed out because maybe I did her wrong, and maybe I'm having to look at that in the mirror now that I can see how happy she is and she's long gone. And heck, maybe she even said something that I know reflects on me. Maybe she didn't name me by name, but maybe there's something that I just know that she saw me in a certain light, and now I'm seeing me in that light as well. So we've got a couple of different ways to read that fox. Let's get one more card on that. Sorry, that's not a very positive message, but right now there seems to be quite a bit of jealousy here. We also have the cloud, and the cloud represents the light and dark sides of a situation, right? So there's always a silver lining to every cloud. But and it's also like, having a breakthrough and really seeing things in a certain light can help us to spot, even the negativity. So this is to clarify the fox, right? I gotta say, to me, it's a little bit like this person is having a moment of real self-reflection. They may be trying to like push some of the fault of what has happened off on the feminine, but at the same time, they're actually looking in the mirror and they're starting to see, they're having a breakthrough that, wow, maybe I did something that was kind of toxic, because I got a shadow side here for sure. But this is a breakthrough. And it's interesting because the breakthrough puts them into the moon energy, which on one hand is the feminine energy, but it is also understanding why they're alone. Because this can be a card of some loneliness. But this could also be that they're recognizing why she is alone. She may not tolerate, certain things. The reason I'm putting it in this context is because the moon is feminine energy. They may be understanding her a lot better. They may be saying, wait a second, as I really evaluate my own behavior, I'm seeing the light and the dark sides of the way I've behaved, and I'm actually seeing her in a different way. I'm having a breakthrough. She might actually, yes, she's rocking it. She looks great. She's living her life. She's super happy. But this person might also be realizing she's also alone. And now I'm alone too, but it's because I was maybe being coy. I was being a little sly. But it's almost like they're understanding her better. I think that she doesn't accept just anything that comes her way. Let me get one more on this. There's like multiple meanings on this from what I can see, because this person has a lot of regret. They also have a lot of like, they're watching from a distance, and so they feel lonely, but they're watching her excel. But then they're also thinking, oh, everything's not as great as you say it is in your life. And then they're like, oh, but I know why I'm without her. It's because I was sly. Then they're having a breakthrough and they're like, oh, wait a second. I understand why she's alone. Let's get one more on that moon. Sorry, a bunch of cards popped out, but I don't like to take, 10 cards at a time. So I put everybody back. I don't even know what the ones were that popped out. Okay, so for the moon, the clarity here is their understanding she might actually be willing to take me back if I actually came in and I said the things that I really felt. So it's funny because this is the Lover's card, which would be the Gemini energy. I mean, it looks identical to most of the Gemini cards, although this is a Lenormand deck, so it's a very different deck. But this is the heart, and it represents true love, long-term commitment, tons of love. And this is the letter, a letter of great importance coming in. This person's recognizing, wait a second, she may be alone, and if I were to actually reach out, she might actually still have me. It's like this person, in all their watching and regretting, and then trying to not be sad about this, and even trying to find ways that it's not entirely their fault. They actually are having some breakthroughs because all of a sudden it's like, wait a second, she's living her life, she's looking amazing, but she's not 100% happy. Wait a second, she's actually a little bit lonely. Wait a second. What if she actually would communicate with me in a loving way if I were to actually reach out to her? It's almost like this thought dawns on them. Like, what if I quit watching from a distance in the fox way and I actually took action, had communication, and actually put effort into this in the 3D world where I could say, may I see you? I need to tell you how I feel. I need to tell you that I miss you. I need to tell you that I have a lot of regrets. It's interesting because it seems like such a simple thing for somebody to go, I miss her. Why don't I tell her? But instead, what we've seen is this winding road for this person to come to this conclusion because it's like they kept trying to. I almost wonder if they're slowly dawning on them that maybe both they and her are not happy with the way things went. They more heavily seem to be really regretting this and really anxious about all this and watching and watching and watching. But I'm wondering if she's not watching them too, or it's dawning on them that maybe she is wishing that they would actually step up and I'm going to say do right, or step up and take action and say something. Maybe this is not someone who did anything to be rude to this feminine, though. Maybe this is just simply like this person's been beating themselves up thinking, I missed my shot, I should have asked her out when I had a chance, I didn't, and it's too late. And then it's like, wait a second, I see her on social media, she's never with anybody. What if she's actually single? What if I could actually reach out to her and change the dynamics of this? It's very interesting because it looks like this person is going, it like suddenly it finally sparks, oh my gosh, what if I reached out to the Gemini? That's where we end this story, because it looks like it's that light bulb switch has come on. Wait a second, maybe the Gemini is still available and maybe I could reach out and I could say something and then the Gemini and I could be together. I don't know why this took this person so long to get there. Why first they just sat in this, I missed my chance, I missed my chance, I missed my chance. Wait a minute, did I miss my chance? It's like it dawns on them. So it dawns on them that taking action is perhaps the best thing to do, not just watch from the shadows and try to figure out why it's not really our fault that we missed out on a chance with an amazing person. Instead, it's like, wait, what if I tried to take action instead and didn't miss out on this chance? So, it's kind of exciting that we see somebody who's coming to that conclusion. All right, you guys, I'm going to end this one here. Thank you for, sorry about my dog barking. It's always nice to hang out with you guys. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Thank you for being a part of my world. I wish you guys nothing but the best. And as always, these are fictional stories about fictional characters. So I hope you have fun with them. Bye.